Hey guys, we're making chicken noodle soup today for our kids at church. Saute some onions and some celery and carrots. After you saute that, you're going to put that in your pot and add your rotisserie chicken. That's what I like to use. Pull that and add it in there. Then you're going to add your broth and your noodles and some salt and pepper and some thyme, and you're ready. Just let it cook all day long or cook it for an hour in a pot and you're ready to go. Happy Wednesday! It is a Wednesday and it is raining here today. So I am still going to try to plant some stuff in the garden. I'll probably be planting in the rain. I've gotten my chicken noodle soup made for the kids tonight for church. It's in the crock pot going. And I am going to just plow on through this day. I got 5 hours to buy some plants and get some jars to make strawberry jam. So we'll see if I get it done. Since I had a little bit more time today, I decided that I would come to an actual nursery today instead of going to like a big box store to try to get my plants. And maybe they'll actually have some cabbage plants too, so we'll see. Well, I have done quite a bit of damage at the local greenhouse today, so it's time to go check out if I can see my way down the walkway behind all these plants. I did a perimeter of marigolds around my garden. They're supposed to be a deer deterrent. I realize that one row of marigolds around the outside is probably not gonna keep the deer away, but you know, it's worth a try. It's also good to deter like other bugs and pests and stuff, so I think they go to the marigolds first. So I have the very first row is all cabbage, and then I had a little cabbage left over and I planted it right there. And then we started the cauliflower. I'm pretty sure the cauliflower is just these 4 plants right here. And then I got broccoli in right here. All of that is broccoli. And then on the other side, I have some garlic and I have some onions. So my peonies are looking really pretty. They're all starting to bloom out and get little buds on them. So that's pretty exciting. They are also a deer deterrent, but again, a few little peonies probably won't be enough, but we'll try. I cannot even believe the nastiness. Oh, my feet. Oh. I did get some stuff in the ground today. My marigolds are still looking pretty good, and my onions and garlic. And today I went ahead and I didn't want to put the herbs in the garden. I was going to do a separate garden for them, but I just went ahead and did my dill and my parsley and my oregano and my sage. Again, sage is a deer deterrent, and I don't think they like dill either. I know they don't like garlic and onions really, and they don't like marigolds, so I don't know. We'll see how this goes. And then I'll show you what I have planted on the other side of the garden here in just a second. I did plant some blueberry bushes this year. I planted one here and it did not make it. I planted one here and that little guy is just, man, he's there, he's hanging on, but he's not doing super great. But this one right here is doing quite well. It's got a couple little flowers on it, and I think it's doing pretty good. So we'll see. We're not going to get much out of that this year, but maybe in the future years we might. So today I got the peppers in, and I got the zucchini and the squash planted. And I kind of thought about where I might want to put the tomatoes. I got the basil laying out there at either end. I'm going to put basil on either end of my tomato plants. Again, as just another form of deer repellent, and hopefully, we'll see. But let's see, these peppers right here on the in those 2 little end rows, those are banana peppers. And then the peppers that are right here beside them, I've already forgotten. Oh, these are the green peppers. So all those are green peppers all down that row. And then at the end of that row, there are yellow peppers. And then in this row, I of course have the banana peppers. And then I think these are jalapenos. Pretty sure these are jalapenos. Yeah, jalapenos. Those are jalapeno peppers. And then I planted my zucchini. These are the zucchini plants here. Zucchini and squash. And then I had watermelon and cantaloupe seeds. I don't know, it's probably too early to put them out, but I did anyway. They're teeny tiny. Hopefully they'll make it and survive. If not, then we'll back up and try again. But those are my watermelon and cantaloupe seeds. There's a little bit of cantaloupe left over there on the end. I had like 2 of them left. So that is what I got done today. I'm pretty happy with that progress, and my cabbage that I planted yesterday is looking nice. It's still got drops on it from the rain. It rained all morning. You can probably tell my garden is like really, really dark soil right now from where it rained. But yeah, I think it's gonna be okay. I think it's gonna turn out okay. My marigolds look like they did okay overnight, and my squash and my broccoli and cabbage are still looking okay this morning. So all I have left to get in the ground now are a few little tomato plants, and then I have some cucumber plants that I kind of hid underneath this rhubarb leaf just in case. I mean, I don't know. It's not supposed to get really chilly tonight, but still, I don't know. I know cucumber plants are kind of temperamental and they don't really like to be messed with. So, but I've got to get that rhubarb and the cucumber and the tomatoes in the ground. And then I'll figure out what I'm going to plant in the rest of the garden. We'll figure it out as we go. I do know that I'm going to probably put an arch up somewhere like in the middle of the garden, maybe even a couple of arches to grow my cucumbers on. I know I also want to do an arch to grow my beans on, just to make it easier for picking. I kind of have a plan for what I want to do with that. And then the reason I didn't put my tomato plants in the ground today is because I want to get some more of these T-posts and put 2 T-posts on each end and then run like a cattle panel or some kind of wiring from T-post to T-post. So there'd be 4 T-posts, 2 on one end, 2 on the other end, and then the wiring in between to maybe stabilize those tomatoes instead of putting all of them in tomato cages. So that's my plan. We'll see if that's what happens, but my peonies are still looking really great. There's a bunch more have bloomed out today on this white bush. These pink ones are still waiting. They're still waiting. I do have some other smaller peonies that I planted on the other side of the fence. You can't even see them. They're like barely peeping through, but that's okay. They'll get bigger in a couple years, and that's all right. So, but that is my garden progress for the day. At least there was some progress. So, part of the reason I really am wanting to do videos about my garden is honestly so I can remember what I've done and remember where I've planted what. I did leave the little tags in the ground with the plants, but honestly, a lot of times those get uprooted or like they just blow away or whatever. So I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go do something for myself now. I got a manicure for myself. Yay! All that hard work in the garden, I needed to clean my nails.